Ryan Garcia's team speaks out about accusations made by Devin Haney and make an argument that there's no way Ryan could have done what he was accused of doing. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, Devin Haney leveled new accusations at Ryan Garcia and petitioned the New York State Athletic Commission to suspend Ryan Garcia, nullify his win, and give Devin Haney a win. One of the reasons that he gave, aside from testing positive for Ostarine, was a claim that he intentionally missed weight against Devin Haney and did so by gaining 3 pounds, which prevented him from having to lose any additional pounds. Well, a member of Ryan Garcia's team that specialized in weight loss responded to that and said there's no way that that could have taken place and that the idea is ridiculous. But before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you very, very much for your continued support. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, Matty Yo, Daryl McKinney, Barbara D, Aisha, you guys are the best. Thank you for your support and the super thanks. For real, thank you. But look, some people are going to say, oh, you're a Devin Haney hater, you're a Devin Haney hater, you're a Devin Haney hater. No, I'm not a Devin Haney hater. I do, however, think that there's enough people selling that sauce that I don't need to do it. And because most times what they're selling isn't accurate. So when this news came out in boxing scene that Devin Haney and through his lawyer sent a letter to the New York State Athletic Commission demanding that Devin Haney get a win with his fight over Ryan Garcia. And he laid out several reasons why. The first, of course, was the popping for Ostarine. I don't have a problem with that one because he popped for Ostarine. Only issue that I would say is, don't you got to wait for the B sample to get tested before you petition for him to get removed? Because that's the process, but don't have an issue with that. Another issue was that Ryan Garcia, missed weight, and he missed weight intentionally. And so Devin Haney had to fight him at 143.2 pounds, and there was no weigh-in, same day weigh-in for the fight, so they didn't actually know how big Ryan Garcia got. That is a problem. And the reason that that is a problem, I originally said, was that Ryan paid Devin $1.5 million in order for that fight to continue. So it seems odd to me that he would complain about it and list that as a reason why he should get a win in that fight. And my understanding is the second part about the rehydration was that it was Devin's team, at least according to Eddie Hearn, that said no to the next day weigh-in, to the same day weigh-in. Because according to Eddie Hearn, Devin didn't want people to know how big he was going to get. So both of those seem to be Devin Haney decisions that allowed those things to continue. Now, maybe you could argue that, hey, it was duress. He took the $1.5 million that he gambled and bet that would be the case the day before the weigh-in on the Thursday. He did it under duress, but $1.5 million is a tough argument in my book. Now there's a trainer who specializes, last name goes by the name of Scooter, who specializes in doing weight cuts for boxers. He did the weight cut worked with Danny Jacobs for years and my understanding is he said that he got 15 pounds off of Danny Jacobs when Daniel Jacobs was fighting Canelo Alvarez. And so he went through the weight cut with Ryan Garcia for the Devin Haney fight and said that it's impossible that Ryan Garcia could have known that he was 3 pounds over. He said that when he did all of the different procedures, he told everybody what to eat, what not to eat, put him in a sauna because Ryan Garcia didn't like the bath and didn't like taking a bath to get the water out of his body. He told him things like, hey, Ryan, we need you to drink some water because we need water in your system to pull water out of your system. Whatever the techniques are that are used in order to cut weight. And so what he said was that was impossible. He said Ryan was trying to lose the weight. He was in the sauna. And at a certain point in time, he said, look, man, I'd rather just pay the money than continue going through this. But he said that there was no real scale in the room, that the scale was like, it wasn't an accurate scale. It was just like a regular floor scale, not a scientific scale or a scale of the quality that you would have for the actual weigh-in. So he said, look, how could Brian possibly have known when he stopped that he was at 143, 141, or 145? He said he couldn't possibly have known it because he didn't have a scale in there to measure it. And plus, how are you going to know that? This is what Scooter's saying. How are you going to know that when you're in a sauna? He's made it the idea. He said the idea is ridiculous that a person can just sit in a sauna and by himself know exactly how much he weighs and exactly when to stop. You would have to, I would suppose you'd have to have a scale in there, an accurate scale in there, and you'd have to lay and say, okay, I'm at this weight. This is exactly the weight that I want to be at. I'm out. So he basically ridiculed one of the major accusations that were made at Ryan Garcia. Now, of course, in order to believe that, you have to say, well, you have to trust him because who knows whether there was a scale or not? You have to take him at his word that there wasn't a scale in the sauna or right outside the sauna where he could dip out, stick his feet on the scale, right? But basically, though, he's saying, look, there's no way that took place. He also talks about the ostarine and says that ostarine was so low, and he didn't say the same numbers, just so you know. He didn't give the same numbers that Dan Rayfield gave or anybody else gave. He said that the ostarine was at a point is at a 0.1 something is what he said. So he actually even gave a different number for the ostarine. But all in all, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. For my 2 cents on it, the reason that it came out was that because Devin Haney's trainer originally accused him and said, hey, man, at 3.2, you can't lose any weight anymore. So he did that on purpose. This guy's saying, look, I did the weight cut. No, he did not. And that would be he said, basically saying it's almost impossible to do for you to know exactly where you are and stop at exactly that weight while you're in a sauna. But again, you got to take his word for it. And it is what it is. I personally think it's irrelevant because Devin Haney had the choice to fight him or not. He took $1.5 million for the fight. So that should just end it right there. You can't take the man's money and then claim he cheated you when he paid you for it. And it was your decision. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.